Allah. I am Mohammed Hani, Professor of Family Medicine in College of Medicine and Medical Sciences in Arabian Gulf University. Today I'm going to demonstrate to you how to conduct a virtual OSCE exam. So before you start conducting your exam, you need to ensure that you've enabled the breakout rooms function from the advanced meeting settings in your Zoom account. And once you do this, you can use the breakout rooms to put the assessors and the students into the breakout rooms and make the students rotate across the various rooms. Today we will demonstrate having two identical or mirror circuits where we are going to rotate 3 students in each circuit. Of course, in your exam, you might need or you can do more than this. My advice to you is to maximally manage 10 students, maybe 5 in each mirror circuit. This is our distribution today. So we have panel 1A, 2A, 3A, and on the other side, panel 1B, 2B, and 3B, and we will rotate the students across these panels. The first thing to do is to adjust your breakout rooms. So we will have 6 panels. We will usually add 2 more rooms, one as a pre-test room and another as a post-test room. And we want, of course, to assign our assessors and students manually to the breakout rooms. So the first step is to rename the rooms. This first room will be the pre-exam room. In this room, we will put one of our administrator colleagues who will manage to check the IDs of the students and make sure that the students enrolled in this room are the students who are supposed to take this exam. Then we will have the panels. We are renaming the panels now. Panel 1A, panel 2A, panel 3A. Then we will go to the next other circuit, panel 1B, 2B, and 3B. Of course, you can add as much stations as you can manage according to the number of students. And we have this post-exam room. Actually, we use the pre-exam room and the post-exam room in order to segregate the cohorts of examinees. And by this, I mean, while other students are being examined, you might admit a new cohort of students into the pre-exam room where they are already being proctored, invigilated by an official person from the school. And while these students are going toward the ends of their exam, these students are in the pre-exam room being proctored. After these students finish the exam, you move them to the post-exam room where a faculty member will take their feedback regarding the exam, and while they are in the post-exam room, the others will be distributed into the panels. So you prevent the contamination between the cohorts of the students and assure the confidentiality and the security of your exam for at least 2 cohorts of students. We will go to the options of the breakout rooms. We need to click only that to this option, this setting. Automatically move all assigned participants into breakout rooms. This is our favorite or the most important setting in this function or using the Zoom to prepare online OSCE exam. So we will click on this one, and now we can open all our rooms. Okay, now we don't have any participants to put in the rooms, so I will move this one temporarily, and I will start by adding the assessors. I have everybody here in the waiting room. So this is another function that you might need to enable from your participants settings to enable your waiting room, and it's also from the Zoom basic settings. Now I'm going to admit the assessors to the meeting. Now we have 3 assessors on board in this meeting. They are now admitted. The first thing to do is to check with the assessors that they can share the screens and they are comfortable with sharing the screen. The second thing to do with the assessors is to check, of course, for the quality of sound and video. The third thing, that if you want, for quality assurance purposes, for them to record the exam, you might make them co-host from this part of the Zoom functions. Make them co-hosts, or if it appears that you might allow them to record, you will allow them to record the exam. So now, after making these assessors co-hosts, they can definitely record while they are in the breakout rooms. So now we check with the assessors the quality of sound, the quality of the connection, and that they can share the screen. Of course, in this model, we have our assessors in the exam center with us. And according to the number of stations, also we need 6 assessors, but for the demonstration purpose, we have only 3 assessors. So now we are going to assign these assessors to the rooms. These are unassigned participants. Of course, in the real exam, we will also put the real name of the assessor. Assessor 1 will go to panel 1A. Assessor 2 will go to panel 2A. And for example, assessor 3 will go to panel 3A. Of course, in the real exam, we will have 3 other assessors who we are going to assign to each panel. This is only for demonstration. As you can see, each room now has its own assessor, and our students are still waiting in the waiting area or in the waiting room. Now we are going to admit everybody. All the students are here. In order to organize this, we use WhatsApp group to facilitate communication with the students and ensure that they join the meeting at the proper time or at the planned time. We will admit all students. Now all the students are being admitted to that meeting. They are not assigned yet to the rooms. We go back to our plan, to the spreadsheet or the table that shows the flow of students from one station to the next station. So the flow of you might need a co-host or an assistant to help you in this. So this student, we will start in 1A with Muhammad Abbas, then Shahir Muhammad in 2A, and Sahar in 3A. So we will assign. Of course, before doing this, we need to send the students into the pre-exam room to be invigilated for the ID check. And we might give them some instructions also for the exam. So now we are moving all students from this main room to the pre-exam room for invigilation. This is our model. Of course, you might use other arrangements according to your preferences. Now all students are being moved to the pre-exam room. The student is lagging. Okay. And one of the important things is also to check for the quality of internet connection at the students' homes. In this model, students are joining from their own homes, while assessors are in the same exam center with us. So now we are going to move the students according to our plan from the pre-exam room. We assume we have a communication between this our administrator in the pre-exam room, and he will tell us that he is done with the pre-invigilation or pre-exam invigilation. Now we are ready to move the students according to our plan. Usually I have a person who is assisting me to tell me which student will go to which room. So I will take Muhammad Abbas into the first room, Shahir into the second room. Now I'm moving them from the pre-exam room into the stations. Shahir into station 2A, Sahar into station 3A, Aqsa into 1B, Hiba into 2B, and Abdul Aziz into 3B. As you can see, all the students are being moved. This green sign means that the student is in the room. Abdul Aziz, this one has not joined yet. He is on his way to the room. Yes, now he's there. He might have some kind of slow connection. Now all students are in the rooms. We will use this, the broadcast function, to tell the assessors that they can start the exam now. Start exam now. Of course, you can use other methods of communications like WhatsApp messages or actual bell in the exam setting, and tell the assessor that they can start all together in the same time, so the exam is very synchronized. Now we are going, this will appear for them as a pop-up message in a blue color at the top of the window. Now they are start to examine the students. We'll ask them questions. This usually takes 10 minutes. 2 minutes before the end of the exam, we will send another broadcast message that 2 minutes are remaining. Do not depend a lot on this function, because as I told you, it is a pop-up message and it's in blue color, it's in a small font. You need to use another one. So now 2 minutes are remaining for the exam. Of course, this is for demonstration purposes. And now we will send them that end exam now. By this, we give the assessors the instruction to stop questioning the student for the first station. Now they will stop, and we will go to our plan and see in the second rota who is in which station. So we will move the students. Muhammad, we will move him from 1A to 2A. Shahir will be moved from 2A to 3A, while Sahar is moved from 3A to 1A. The other cohort or the other mirror stations, Aqsa will be moved from 1B to 2B, Hiba from 2B to 3B, and Abdul Aziz from 3B to 3A. Once the green circle is there, this means that, for example, Abdul Aziz now is in his way from this station to the other station. Another mistake happened. This one is Shahir should not be in the same station with Abdul Aziz. So we will go to our original plan and see in number 2, Abdul Aziz is in 1B and Shahir in 3A. We will go back to the Zoom and see that Shahir should be in, Abdul Aziz should be in 1B, not in 3A. So he was moved here by mistake. We will correct this mistake, and I will have a person who will help me check this before starting the next rota or starting the exam. Abdul Aziz being moved here now to the correct station. And now all students are there and assessors are there, and they are ready to start the next set of questions. It's the next, the second set of questions. Start exam now. And we will continue to do so from one station to the other until the students take the 3 stations according to this design. After they finish, we will move all the students into the post-exam room. But before they finish, we can admit a whole new cohort of students into the pre-exam room, where they are going to have ID check and getting them busy while others are being examined. Once these students finish the exam, we can take them to the post-exam room assessors are staying there in their panels, of course, we will tell everybody not to leave the meeting or not to leave the room. And this is happening because we have enabled the function of moving them automatically to the rooms without asking for their permission. So now I have moved all the students into the post-exam room. These two are in the way. And now some faculty member will take their feedback. Meanwhile, I will admit a new cohort of students into the other panels and will prevent the contamination between the two groups. This is simply how to do this. One more function that student assessors can use while in the breakout room, they can, of course, ask for help. There will be a question mark in the bottom of the screen that they can use to ask for the help of the host or a co-host.